Guys, it is Sunday, October 19th, 2025, MMAOB Daily Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Adam Martin. That's Big Marcel. Marcel, early afternoon edition of the podcast today. So typically I do have my bowling league on Sunday, but they're doing renovation at the bowling alley. So I had the day off from bowling, and I told Marcel, let's just get it out of the way early. My Blue Jays are playing tonight. You got to appreciate Marcel, man. He's always willing to, go the extra mile and help me out here. So I appreciate you, man, switching the time up. I know it's probably dinner time. I know you're a hungry motherfucker, so I hope you ate already. Or are you gonna wait till later?
I already ate.
Oh, you did? What'd you have, Marcel?
Lasagna.
Oh, it must have been delicious, dude.
Yeah, it was good.
Mrs. Dorf made it?
Yeah.
Wow. Maybe I should invite me over sometime, man, for some lasagna. I gotta come visit you sometime, though. Honestly. All right. I will. I just tweeted it. I'll retweet it right now. Just went a few minutes early, guys. I was watching the football game. It was a blowout. NFL game. So it's pretty much over. I'm ready to do the podcast. All right, let's get some comments really quick. Antoine, what's up, brother? Glad to have you here. What's up, Joe? Glad to have you here, my friend. Philly's playing today, Joe. Wish my Jays luck, Joe, by the way. What's up, Dana? Glad to have you here, brother. Good win for Brendan Malott last night, Marcel. There you go. That's your the Russian Brendan Allen. Yeah. And then Antoine, another comment. Honestly, so far so good, Antoine. No complaints. This is my weekend without my daughter, so I don't have her this weekend. Honestly, just been playing. I've been playing video games and watching UFC. That's been my weekend, Marcel. So I can't complain. I got the Mario Galaxy game for Nintendo Switch. I beat the first one. I've almost completely beaten the second one. So I've been playing Mario Galaxy. I had these games remember Nintendo Wii? You ever remember that system back in the day?
Sure. Of course.
Yeah. So it was like 20 years ago. So it's like a blast from the past, man. It's a lot of fun. Miss Dorf from Marcel made himself lasagna.
Yeah, they did, Dana. Yeah, they did.
It's his mom, who, by the way, watches the podcast. She was asking what time we're doing it at. So there you go. What's up, Samus? Glad to have you here, man. Yeah, so we'll talk about UFC Vancouver, and we'll go over Dana with Contender Series, Marcel. We just finished the show.
Sure.
46 contracts, by the way, Marcel. I don't know if you saw that. So
way too much. Yeah.
You don't like. I know you prefer like season 1 when they gave out 16, right? That's what you prefer. Like
there are guys who got like tailor-made matchup for them to look good and get signed. I mean, you can sign them also without. By the way, I have a pimple on my nose. What the fuck? I didn't see that. Okay.
I didn't notice it, dude. You look beautiful to me, man. So there you go. I know your mom feels the same way, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll talk about that card. The season, I should say. We'll talk about the last card, of course. Which I think it was a really good card. Like, it's been a good season, but I'm with you, man. I mean, here's the other thing, just really quickly. Like, you bring in 50 new guys almost. You're gonna have to cut 50 guys too, right, Marcel? Like, that's the thing no one ever talks about. That's like kind of the dirty little secret. Like, people are gonna lose their jobs, and I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think the card last night, like, I think you're gonna see, probably 5 to 6 fighters being cut from the roster after that. So we'll go through the card. UFC Vancouver. Let me just get it ready here, guys. Give me 1 sec. Almost done. All right, I'm ready to go. Last comment here. I know, Adam. The angle was that Marcel's right hand is beating himself. Dana, man.
We're not talking about garlic sauce and whatever, so.
Yeah, we'll talk about I like how you call it the draft class. It's basically what it is, right? Even though we have guys that are like 40 years old coming out of the draft. All right, let's get into the card. UFC Vancouver. So kind of a mixed bag with this card. Like, from what I've seen, I don't think people loved it. I thought it was a pretty good card. Like, not an amazing card by any means, but a pretty good card. Like, to me, like 7, maybe 7, 6.5, like 6.5, 7. That's kind of where I'd land on. What do you think?
I have it a 7.5, 8. I think.
Okay, so you're even a little bit higher. Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
that's kind of crazy because I'm never higher than you. So.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I feel like the last couple of fights kind of sucked the wind out of the building. You know what I mean? But the early bunch of fights. By the way, I cracked open a beer. It's very early tier today, but again, I don't have work today. I don't have my daughter today. I'm allowed to drink a beer, Marcel, and then I'm gonna get some wings after, dude, and then I'm gonna watch my Blue Jays. That's my day, brother. So there you go.
All right, enjoy. I'd say.
Delicious. All right, let's get into the card. Main event, Marcel. I mean, kind of shocking in my opinion. Like, Brendan Allen defeats Reinier. Not only does he beats him by TKO retirement in the 4th round. The Raiders corner threw the towel in. Guy was so gassed he couldn't get up. Basically, dude, I'm actually really surprised. Like, so I will say this really quick. We'll get through all the fights and the predictions and everything. Like, I went 7-6. Marcel went 6-7, and actually, like, that's not bad for this card because when I saw it there, man, most people got destroyed in this card. Marcel, this was a really hard card to pick, and this main event, not many people picked Brendan Allen to win. I certainly didn't.
Yeah, oh, you want me to talk about it? Yeah, I mean, the Ritter started well in the first round, was very dominant. But during the second round, you saw a certain shift in the fight, where Allen got the better of him, And man, I've never seen the Ritter getting slammed like that on the canvas, and what happened in the fourth round. And I thought Allen looked good, man, besides that first round, but he looked really good. He did what he had to do. There's a lot of people, there are a lot of people in the Netherlands who are saying now, like, yeah, Reinier shouldn't have taken that fight. 5 fights a year is a lot. I know that, but he took the fight, so you just got to give credit to Allen, in my opinion, Allen looked good, did everything he basically said. He said he was better on the ground than Reinier. He said he had better cardio than him, and that he would outlast him, and he did. So, I mean, you got to give the guy credit. Also, with all the shit that happened with his team, I mean, Henry Hoof didn't get involved at all. He didn't want to be involved. But, for example, Robbie Lawler, who was in Allen's corner before, he called Allen apparently like 2 weeks before the fight and said to him, like, hey, dude, I'm going to corner Reinier. And Allen was crushed by that. But yeah, he was like, I just didn't expect that from Robbie. But I mean, they were cool overall, but he just didn't expect that. And I think also Allen told James Lynch yesterday after on the presser that he doesn't go back to Killcliff unless he needs to help out.
He's staying with Valley Flow. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can understand.
He's a good camp right now, honestly. They're on fire, for the most part. I know Paul lost his belt, but
I also can understand, man. A lot of people in the Netherlands dunking on Allen because of it. But dude was for a long time with Killcliff. And then to see some of his teammates now cornering Reinier, I think it's pretty hard on him, that's not cool. And the thing is, like, people really, I think Allen is really kind of a misunderstood guy. How I think about, I want to say about Arnold, about Brandon, Brandon's a good dude, but for some reason people don't like him sometimes, But I'm happy for him. He won. Listen, for the Netherlands over here, it fucking sucks that Reinier lost. Obviously, big fan base over here. There was like a special, how do you say that? Place in Amsterdam where people were watching along, watch along with a lot of people there in the restaurant. And yeah, that fucking sucked, obviously, But hey, I love it for Brandon. He looked good, and let's see how we can do against even higher guys in the league. I want to say on the roster, but I also want to say before sorry, Adam, I'm ranting so much, but also like it's a really bad loss for Reinier, because the thing is, like, I also talking to my colleagues about it. If you get finished, if you lost by decision, okay, it happens. But he gave up. And that's I don't want to give any disrespect because I'm not a fighter, But, Dana doesn't love a lot of things. And the things he don't like is when you don't make weight and when you give up, And if they, and thank God that didn't happen, but if they put him out on a stretcher or whatever, or they have to carry him out of the cage, it's maybe different, But he walked out of the cage and he waved to the public, or he said, I'm sorry, or whatever, So Dana will probably think like, yeah, you should have came out in the fifth round, whatever happened. So I think this will weigh heavy on him. I think, listen, if you get finished by Brendan Allen, maybe he needs 2 or 3 more fights to get back into title contention or whatever. But now, man, I wonder what UFC is going to do. Listen, I hope for him. The UFC is like, okay, you fought 5 times for us this year. You maybe didn't were like, I hope for him they think that, but probably not. We all know how Dana thinks, So I think this will weigh heavy on him, man.
I mean, I agree with you, man. So the thing is, like, I think a lot of people, including me, like, I had to like look back at his record. That fight with Malott where he retired was last year. Like, it feels like it was a few years ago, right? It was last March.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just like, I'm in shock by this. He's basically retired twice in a year. Dana hates this. The matchmakers hate this. Remember this kid, Max Roscoff? Do you remember?
Of course, against Austin Hubbard, yeah.
They cut him.
Yeah.
Now, I think that they won't. I mean, I think they know they're not going to cut DeRitter. Like it's and this has happened before. Do you remember when Nate Marquardt fought Kelvin Gastelum? Same thing happened. He's just like, I can't go anymore, and they threw the towel in. So it happens occasionally, but boy, dude, like what a blown opportunity by DeRitter. Really, Marcel.
Yeah, man.
I think for sure he cuts too much weight. I think, right? Like that's pretty obvious, I would say, right? You have to wonder, does 205 make more sense for him to go up in weight?
Or maybe don't fight 5 times a year, to make 185.
Much. Yeah.
But listen, I hear a lot of people saying that. And probably, I mean, I don't say that's not true, but it kind of sounds like excuses, because nobody would have talked about it if you won the fight, So
you're right. By the way, I just wanted to mention this because I saw Antoine make a couple comments in the chat. What's up, Antoine? That's not his real Twitter, dude. Like, and it's not your fault because everyone's retweeting it. That's a fake Twitter profile.
Yeah.
I thought that he tried to get this like taken off Twitter. Didn't he try? Like,
yeah, but then these guys they're doing the profile parody or something, and then you can't do anything on it.
It's not a real profile, And even if he had a broken hand, that wouldn't make him gas out. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he has a real profile, but he's normal. He never goes on. Also, his socials I think is done by his wife actually. He's never going on socials. So.
Yeah, it's a fake profile, so don't listen to that. But I wanted to get this comment from our friend John B from the Discord. What's up, John? Glad to have you here, man. You're a good friend of ours, dude. DDP versus RDO. I don't mind it. I think it's fine. It's an interesting fight. But to be honest with you, like they might give him a different step down, if anything.
Yeah, I listen. I like to see the fight, guys, but the DDP is higher in the order right now. Still he's a former champion.
True.
He defended his belt. He lost completely dominant against Kamzat, but he's still higher in the order. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think they might actually now make Reinier the Ritter against Paulo Costa at 3 round. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that.
I don't mind that fight. I think they'll probably, if my guess, this is my guess, Marcel.
You clicked on a button because you now clicked like echo.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, sorry. Is it better now? My bad.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. My bad. I clicked on the wrong button. Fuck, I'm an idiot. Here's my plan. So, by the way, Imavov was jumping for joy last night, right? Because he got his title shot. He's getting the title shot, right? Imavov. So I think you're gonna do Imavov and Kamzat maybe like I don't know March or April or something. Whenever like Ramadan's over, they'll do that fight, and then I think you'll do my guess. Fluffy versus DDP, I would think makes more sense.
That makes a lot of sense, and I think if I look at this fight, Reinier might be maybe happy that he didn't fight Fluffy because it might have been over even quicker. I think, So, yeah. By the way, guys, not that I wanted to show off or anything, but I got a new camera which has also sound within it.
Doesn't Marcel look good? Good, guys. I think he looks great.
I'm more concerned about the sound, so let me know if the sound is good or not.
Look at that neck beard. Man. He looks like he's from Dagestan. You gotta love it, man. This guy. I thought you were gonna shave that shit though after fucking your boy lost Ankalaev got knocked the fuck out. I have to bring this up every podcast.
We keep the faith.
A couple comments here. I don't know with DDP. I think with Fluffy. Brendan, I think that's an interesting one because Brendan, this is a big win for him, and we're probably not talking about it enough. Like Marcel's trying to give him credit here, and I feel like and it's my fault. I'm talking about DeRitter and like how because to me like that's kind of the story of the fight. Like he's by far the biggest stock dropper on this card, one of the biggest we've seen in a while. Could they do a rematch with Sean Strickland? Brendan Allen, Sean Strickland?
I mean, that's been some time ago, so why not?
Yeah, that's interesting.
They could do the Adesanya fight, I think.
That's another one. Or Kyle Bahayo's another guy. I'm just looking at the rankings right now. Any of those fights really make sense. They'll probably mix and match. I still think Strickland and Izzy kind of make sense, but it seems like the UFC doesn't want to do that fight again for whatever reason. But yeah, I think Brendan probably gets a rematch. I think Brendan's a good fighter. I don't think he's a title contender, man. I got to be honest with you, dude. I don't think he'd win the belt. Like, he already lost to Fluffy, he lost to Imavov. I watched the post-fight. You watched it. He says he won both those fights. Like, he didn't win those fights. He's like, well, guys, if you know the actual unified rules and the criteria to judge a fight, I won those fights. It's like, dude, no, you didn't win those fights. Again, I get it from a fighter's perspective, Marcel. They never want to admit defeat, but like, dude, like he didn't win those fights. And I know you didn't think he won those fights. Not many people did. They were close, but he lost. But regardless, dude, Canada, man, that's our best fighter right now, Brendan Allen, dude.
He will go back to the American flag.
I know, right? He is. It's so odd, man. Honestly, it's so odd seeing with the Canadian flag. But hey, I'll take it, man. Andrew, what's up, brother? Take a bong hit again. He says, "To quitter quit sucks." To quitter, Marcel. There you go.
Yeah.
What's the? I gotta, because you're there. What's the sentiment right now in Netherlands? Like, what are people saying?
It's hard to say, man, because I mean, I read the comments on our post, obviously, and there are a lot of people who are like, yeah, I mean, he can make a mistake or whatever, but there are also a lot of people who are talking mad shit. You know
Said he
how
sucks, right? He's a fraud and everything.
it's
Yeah,
the same as in the US or
yeah.
wherever, you know. Yeah, you know how it goes. So it's no difference here. And the thing is, like over here, is always like when fighters do very well, everybody goes crazy and nuts and very supportive. But if they lose, they turn their back on them a lot of times. You know, that's typical Dutch mentality over here. So yeah, it is what it is. You know, and that's why I'm always like, don't go like crazy on one fighter always, because you never know. You know, gotta get a little bit in the middle. You know, and then some people go that nuts that they're like, he cannot lose, he cannot lose. No, he cannot lose. And then he lost, you know. And I got to be honest. Listen, man, I also didn't think he was going to lose. You know, a lot of people
Sure.
thought he was going to win here. So
I thought he'd win for sure.
yeah. So hey, that's what it is. From the last three Doretta fights, I picked two wrong. So it is what it is.
And it was short notice too for Allen, which makes it even more impressive. Like, he didn't have a full camp, and he still won the fight. But the Raiders' gas tank, my God, Marcel. Even after the first round, I think he's looking a little bit tired. And then after the second round, he was completely exhausted. You knew it was done at that point. By the end of the fourth round, he couldn't get up. Basically, like I think it was Jason Herzog was like, "You got to get up. We're gonna call the fight. Like, you can't have." So people don't know this, but some people do. You know this. Like, the corner can't pick you up. The corner's not allowed. Like, they're not supposed to. They do sometimes. They do.
Yeah, unless you have a retard ref who doesn't watch. But if the ref is on,
Herzog was watching. Like, they can call it TKO, and he just waves off the fight. TKO.
Yeah.
So it can happen. This RDR's. I think he could do well. Here's the thing with 205. So there are big guys there. Like, we're going to talk about a couple guys like Rockich and stuff on this card, next card, in our preview. Rockich at 6'5". He's one of the biggest light heavyweights. Like, RDR 6'4". People don't realize this. He's a very big man.
Yes.
I think he can put some muscle on. I will say this. Looking back at it, I remember when I saw the weigh-ins. You watched the weigh-ins. He had the sunglasses on and everything. Dude, I don't think he looked good at all. But the thing is, I also think he didn't look good against Whitaker either, and he still won that fight, right?
He does those sunglasses not every time, because with one of these weigh-ins, he looks super drained and almost like really unhealthy. And that after people he read that, he could go with sunglasses, you know.
I mean, he's not the only guy. A lot of guys do this kind of a trick. What's up, Remove Limit Break? Glad to have you here, brother. Craig, what's up, man? Glad to have you here. Craig, let's go Jays, man. They better fucking win tonight. And if Brendan Little goes, if this is shitty picture we have on the Blue Jays, Marcel, they better not fucking put this guy in. He sucks. Antoine was asking how much you paid for your camera.
Around 50, 55. That's like 60 US, I think.
Amazon? Amazon?
Nah, ball.com, but it's ball.com, but it's pretty much the Amazon of the Netherlands.
Balls.com? That's your favorite website.
B-O-L.
Oh, okay, ball. I thought you said balls.com, because that's really
that's what you were thinking about, of course. I understand that, yeah.
Would you say Alistair Overeem is the greatest Dutch fighter? Ooh, is he?
You can say Bas Rutten, I think. You know, you can go Gegard, you can go Alistair. But do you mean overall or just MMA? You know what I mean? Because
Boss is the only one in the Hall of Fame, so I mean, you probably have to say Bas Rutten, right? When you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I would always pick him, probably. You know.
I would kind of lean Gegard though over Alistair. Alistair's he was really good, but I mean, he was juicing the entire time. Let's be honest. What's up, brother? He says Poton will move up. Yeah, Poton's moving up, and then that opens up the division even more. I think Poton for sure is going to have. I mean, Marcel's talked about this all the time. You know what I mean? All right, let's get to. Okay, I think that's good for that. Let's go to the co-main event. Weird ass fight here. Mike Malott, Kevin Holland. We got the pick right. We both had Mike Malott, but didn't expect the fight to go like this. So, by the way, Lazy Bed, what's up, brother? Our friend is here. Thank goodness you guys saved me from Tom Cruise and on Planet Florian. No, we're glad to have you here, man. The Malott Holland fight was weird. Obviously, Marcel, I think that's just the way to describe this fight. Very weird fight. So obviously there was a need to the cup, I guess. Like, to me, honestly, like, it looked like it hit the hip, but it could have hit the cup. It went up. Holland took the full 5 minutes. Was obviously in pain. I'm not saying he's faking, because Kevin's not really the guy that fakes stuff, Just weird though. So the Big Dan, by the way, Big Dan was terrible. He was bad, right, on this card, Marshall? Like one of the worst. One of the worst reffing performances we've seen in a while. Just horrible. I think the guy's complete wash as a ref.
Only Chris Sue, and he sucks more.
And Jaron Vallel, that's the other guy who was judging on this card. By the way. But yeah, Malott hit him. Malott thinks he hit him in the hip. It looked like it to me, but again, it could have hit the cup and moved up. Regardless, though, the 5 minutes were up. It was clear that the fighter was compromised, and then Bergler said, "All right, you gotta make a decision. You gotta make a decision." Kevin's just like standing there. I think at that point, you just call the fight, you call it off, and you call it a no contest, right? Do you agree with me?
Of course, man. And the stupid thing was like, he said afterwards, after Kevin continued, he's like, if you stop now, it will be a DQ. How is it going to be a
Yeah.
fucking DQ,
No,
man?
it's
It
a
will be just a
TKO.
TKO, yeah.
It would have been a T. So okay, so if the fight ended in the first round when the foul with the 5 minutes
Yeah, no
ended,
contest.
it was accidental foul, so it's a no
Yeah,
contest. But
yeah,
because Kevin kept fighting
yeah.
to the second round, then at that point it's just him retiring,
TKO.
basically. Yeah. So it's weird. It's a weird rule. It's a rule that can they fix this rule? It's a weird ass rule, but I will say this too: the fighters need to know themselves like what the rules are.
I fully agree with you on that. And
Yeah.
that's also a thing. Listen,
Yeah.
I think also the commentators need to know, but also the fighters need to
The
know
fighters
the rules,
need to know, dude.
Yeah.
Remember Henry Cejudo and Song Yadong? Same shit happened. Same
Yeah.
shit. Henry kept fighting, and he ended up losing, right?
Yeah, I don't understand why you don't know the rules. I mean, everybody. Listen, over here, like what you guys call soccer, we call football. It's very popular. We know the rules. You're watching baseball.
Yeah.
You are watching American football. You know the rules. You know what I mean?
I completely agree. The commentators should know. And by the way, I watched John. So someone mentioned Big John. He's coming back to refereeing. He's not going to do UFC, I don't think, but he's going to do some smaller shows. I watched his interview with MMA Junkie the other day, and the interview, it was a really good interview. I still listen. John McCarthy to me is one of the best refs of all time, maybe the best. I know he's had some health issues and stuff, but he's coming back now. He's doing better. He said like he had some back problems and neck problems, I think it was. He's coming back though. I think it's good for the sport, but I would like to see him in the UFC. But he basically said like, I'm not there yet right now. I'm not at the top of the level of the game, like guys like Herzog and Herb Dean. He was saying, I'm like, oh God, come on, you're there. But he was saying that someone asked him, one of the guys, they were like, do you think the UFC should have like a rules expert during the broadcast? And he said, yeah, but they don't want that for some reason. And
no, obviously they don't want that because
they should have one. Because John did it for Bellator, and I think it was great, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, but the thing is, then the commentary team look like retards if they don't know what is going on.
They need to know the rules, dude. It's so annoying when they don't understand the rules. How many times have we watched a fight that was in the second round? They're like, is this going to the decision or is this a no contest?
Bro.
It's like, no, it's going to a no contest because it's the second round of a 3-round fight.
How many times Dominic Cruz or Daniel Cormier are saying with a takedown in the last 5 seconds, oh, this
I won in the round. Yeah. It's annoying. You remember, I've mentioned this so many times back in the day. Eddie Bravo. Eddie, how'd you score that round? I had a 10-9 for Chuck Liddell. He had the bigger shots land. Like, just something like that is so simple and it helps the broadcast, in my opinion.
I think they did it with Trevor Whitman as well at a certain moment,
Yeah,
right?
I think so they did. And I don't know what happened there, but maybe it was I don't know what happened. But anyways, this fight was weird as fuck, dude. And by the way, this guy's right, because I remember this fight, because I bet on Kyle Dawkins in this fight.
Oh, yeah.
He submitted him, and then they did the review. So the difference is they don't have replay review in Vancouver. That's the difference. I don't think they do anyways. They have it in Vegas. Vegas is one of the places that uses replay review.
No, I'm not surprised Canada doesn't have that.
The commission here made a few mistakes in these fights. We'll talk about the other one. Obviously, there was a big fuck up in the first fight. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But this was weird. It was just a bad fight. It was a bad fight. And the thing is, like, I get it. Like, this fight kind of sucked the wind out of the building. I will say this though: on paper, Mike won the fight. Right? He won the fight. It gets him in the rankings, but it's a weird fight. I don't really know what to take away from this fight. You know what I mean?
It has an asterisk behind it, in my opinion, because like Kevin Holland won the first round on all scorecards, and Mike Malott won 2 and 2.
Dropped him, right? Or they didn't call it a knockdown. They didn't call it, by the way. They never do.
Listen, man, I'm not the biggest Kevin Holland fan, but he was clearly compromised in the second and third round, so I don't really can count this one,
Do you think that I know his corner can't say anything, but do you think he should do something like, I can't continue?
The thing is, like, normally I would say probably not, because you're on a 10 plus 10 or 12 plus 12.
That's the thing.
Kevin Holland is not on the 12 plus 12.
He's on a 350 plus 350 or something, right?
So,
actually, does he even get a win bonus? He might not even get a win bonus, to be honest with you. He makes a lot of money. Kevin makes a lot of money. But someone did say that to me like last night. They were like, well, because the win show system incentivizes guys to continue because they don't want to lose half their check.
Also, I want to ask you something, Adam. I mean, both fouls from Malott were clearly not intentional,
Sure.
But should have been a point taken, I think,
You
right?
could have, because it hurt him so bad. But again, it's a weird one. I don't know. It was weird. Like, I think you could have. The other one, we'll talk about in a minute. That one seemed intentional to me, to be honest with
But
you.
let's
But
put it in a different way, Adam. You know, listen. I have to pick a soccer
sure,
thing. So you go, you run with a guy to the goal. You know, and you want to kick the ball, but you kick his legs, you kick him down. It's a yellow card. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
If he goes only, then it's a red card. But this normally is a yellow card. So, and that might be not on purpose. You know, so over here it's not on purpose,
yeah.
but still, and it compromised Holland
Well, that's
badly.
kind of
You
like a
know,
warning,
so
isn't it? A yellow, isn't it like a warning?
a yellow is more than a warning. A warning is a warning. Yellow is more like
How many yellows before you get? Is it 2 yellows you get
2
ejected?
yellows is a red. Yeah,
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
five yellows in total is a game suspension.
suspension. Yeah, no, I understand. Have this been indeed intentional and Holland electrocuted you? Could you be a 10-point deduction? I don't know if it was. I don't think it was intentional though. That's the other
I
thing.
think if Morogliata would have said it's intentional, then Holland could have stopped it, and that would have been a DQ win for him. You know?
Yeah, yeah, but I don't think it was.
No, I thought you think it was intentional.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll see what happens. But Mike he's going to get in the rankings. I think, to be honest with you, like, he's
But what
kind of
do
like
you know?
stuck in that 10-15 area. I don't see him
That
going to the
doesn't do
top
him any
10.
favors, dude. Going
Yeah.
into rankings. No,
Well, I think he could beat D-Rod for sure. I think Malott beat him in
I
that
don't
fight.
think D-Rod is fighting anytime soon.
I don't think so either. I think he could beat Gilbert Burns. I think that's an interesting fight. I think he probably beats Colby. Colby shouldn't be ranked. He doesn't fight, so he shouldn't be ranked. But like, there's guys that are unranked. Like, I think, to be honest with you, I think Randy Brown beats him. And I think Renaud probably beats Malott too. I hate to say it, but I think Renaud probably I know you'd pick Renaud. Obviously, he's got a neck beard like you, right? So
Very nice.
all right, let's go to the next fight here. Eamon Zahabi taking on Marlon Vera. Eamon wins a split decision. I thought he won the fight, dude. I thought he won the first and third round. Second round, obviously, Cheeto dropped him, but I thought he won the first and third.
Horrible robbery, at least what Cheeto says. But
I know you're trolling.
I thought, listen, what first round was close.
Yeah,
I scored
yeah.
it for Iman, Second round was Ferraz. He knocked him down there, but he didn't do anything afterwards, but he knocked him down. Third round was for Iman, in my opinion. So for me, I had 1 and 3 Iman. I can see from Ferraz's perspective that he thinks he won 1 and 2, but he cannot be convinced, I think, because one was close, so it can go either way. But listen, I understand that he was like, "Fuck, I maybe I won that fight,"
Sure.
But the thing is, he complains a lot always when he loses a close decision. And I'm like, dude, if you look from it from a neutral perspective, which I was in this one, listen, I picked Zahabi, but I didn't mind who won here, So, and I was like, I have 1 and 3 Zahabi, and I could see one for Vera. I could see it, but I didn't think he should. So, yeah, I thought Zahabi won, and that's just my neutral perspective from it,
Yeah, true. I don't know what stats you're looking at, dude, but it's not true at all. True. Here's. I'm just going to read the stats. First round, 20-11 for Zahabi. First round. Second round, Vera. Actually, Zahabi won 20. I shouldn't say one. He outstruck him 24-21, but there was a knockdown, so that basically wins him the round for Vera. Third round, 37-24 for Vera. So I don't know what stats you're talking about, man. That's wrong. You're looking at the wrong. Drew's looking at the wrong guy. Zahabi's the guy in the bottom, dude. He won. He outstruck him overall in the fight, 81-56. Listen, it was a close fight, right? Not every strike is measured the same. We know this. I think Vera was actually winning the first round up until the end of like the last minute, and basically he started getting really aggressive and won the round back. I honestly think that. I almost feel like this is Cheeto losing the fight for himself in a way,
Typical Vera fight to lose again, for not being active enough, in my opinion,
Yeah, it's so weird too because he's not like a guy that has cardio problems, but he's just not active.
Yeah.
Marlon Vera's lost 3 straight fights. He's lost 4 of his last 5. He is still ranked, but I think at this point he's going to be fighting guys like at the bottom end of the top 15. Like, I know that Vinicius Salvador not Vinicius Salvador. Sorry. That guy's on the UFC. Vinicius Oliveira Lockdog. He called out Eamon. I don't think he gets that fight because Eamon's not fighting back. But I could see Vera versus him, right?
Yeah.
Who would you pick? Who would you pick?
I think Vinicius can win that fight. He's much more aggressive.
I'm looking at the top 15 and I don't think Vera beats a lot of these guys, honestly.
But I gotta be honest with you, Iman.
Yeah.
Dude, pretty much everybody above him. He's not going to win this fight.
Well, I would say this. I think this is kind of where the run ends. I will say that. I love the guy. Trust me.
Yeah.
I think he could beat Figgy. Maybe.
That's
That's
the
the one guy.
only possibility, I think, but
But I think he loses. Okay, you called us Sean Malley. I think Sean beats him, dude. I hate to say it, but and
Shaw beats him, Sandhagen beats him.
how about Song
Yeah,
Yadong? That fight, Song.
I think Song Yadong wins also. Yeah.
So I think maybe Figgy, that would be the next guy actually in the rankings. That's kind of where so he's in the top 10. He's a top 10 fighter. It's
Oh
nice
yeah,
to
for
see.
sure.
But I kind of feel again, I hate to say it, but it's the same as Jasmine. Let's get to this next fight right now. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
I never thought she'd win this fight. I love her. I
Same.
love her, Marcel. But I just hated the matchup, dude. Manon's a really good fighter, dude. Horrible matchup, right? Horrible. Because you have someone that has like really good takedown defense and much better striker. The entire time Jasmine was coming up, we never talked about her striking. It was never like part of her game plan. Her ground game is good. But you're
Yeah.
going to fight someone with like 90% takedown defense, you're not going to get the fight to the ground.
Well, stylistically horrible matchup for her.
It was by far the worst fight in the division. Now, if she had won, it's right there. She's right there for the belt, right? You know what I mean?
She's close. Although JL was talking bullshit in their Discord, but
I still think Natalia would have been before. But listen,
course.
she got caught. She got hit with that punch that rocked her. She did the chicken dance, Marcel. She did the chicken dance, and then Manon hit her with this huge fucking knee, dude, that dropped her.
Yeah.
And the punches on the ground were heavy, and one of the punches knocked her out. It was it was Mike. You remember this fight? Dan Henderson versus Fedor, where one of the ground and pound punches knocked him out, and then he woke back up. It was just like that because she jumped up. She's like, "What the fuck? You stopped the fight, dude!" It was a good.
It was a good stoppage. It was a great stoppage, actually. I think I mean, but it sucks for Jasmine. I like Jasmine as well.
Who doesn't like her? She's great.
Yeah.
Actually, Dan Mergliano ref this fight. It was the only good reffing performance he had.
She's funny as well. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, she just fought a better opponent, and Manon Fiorot is just really good. She only lost to Shevchenko, and you saw already against Blanchfield that she's really good. And man, really I still got so annoyed with that Manon Fiorot by the commentary. My God, how badly can you pronounce the name?
FJEUA.
Unbelievable. But yeah, good win for Manon. You know what I would like to see? Because Valentina is fighting Zhang.
What, Grasso?
Why not Manon against Natalia Silva for the number one contender?
I don't mind it. The thing is, Natalia's got to take she's just sitting out right now. I don't know what's going on. Like, they both fought in Montreal, and now Manon fights in Vancouver, but Natalia's still sitting out. Now, I'd imagine she's just going to fight the winner of Weili Zhang and Shevchenko. But
it can take some time, Yeah. I mean, what if Weili wins and they give Valentina probably a rematch? So she got to fight.
Yep. No, I agree. I mean, I don't disagree. For Jasmine, tough loss, dude. 36 getting knocked out now. It breaks her skid. She's still top 10. I mean, in my opinion. But could they do her in Grasso? Could they do that?
I give her the winner of Macy Barber against Carini Silva, probably.
Sure.
And I think then, obviously, if Macy Barber wins, I would put her against Macy.
Winner of Blanchfield and Tracy, maybe?
I think they deserve more, the winner.
Probably, yeah.
I think Blanchfield wins that. I think they should Blanchfield against Grasso, probably.
And Tracy beat her already. Although that fight with Tracy was close. It was a couple of years ago at Noche. It was a close fight.
I think Blanchfield won that fight 2-1.
Sorry, I meant Jasmine and Tracy. It was close.
Yeah, but Jasmine didn't look great in that fight, and Tracy actually did well with the grappling. So
I thought Tracy won. I'm just saying it was competitive. Competitive is not close. You were at that. It was in Chicago, right? They used Strikeforce used a lot of cards back there. Dagestani fighters on a streak against kickboxing. Fuck yeah, man. Let's go. If I'm Jasmine, I'm shopping off the PFL for a bucket of money. Yeah, her and Dakota is interesting, right? I think Dakota beats her, though, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so, too.
It's like fighters with good takedown defense or elite takedown defense against Jasmine are going to probably beat her. She's a great fighter. I love her. We all love her, dude. Jasmine's just an awesome person. Like, I mean, there's nothing bad to say about her. No one ever would. But fighters that can stuff her takedowns and then keep the fight standing she's going to have a problem against those fighters. All right, let's get to the next fight here. Dude, performance of the night. And, I mean, we got this wrong, by the way. But, my God, Charles, by his best performance of all time, right? Charles Jourdain. Flying knee. Fucking fucks up Davy Grant and then immediately gets him in that power guillotine choke, dude. My God, dude.
Yeah, it was an amazing win for him. I didn't saw it coming, to be honest, but this time it was amazing. And he already did it with the flying knee, but he missed, or he did it fully connected.
And Davy didn't get rocked from that knee, which was crazy.
Yeah.
He's just a dog, Davey, though. I know he lost, but I still love the guy, Marcel.
Me too.
Yeah.
I didn't regret my pick, dude. So
I didn't either. It was just one I didn't see coming. I thought it'd be a closer fight. Like I thought it would, go to decision. And Davey was doing well in the fight, in my opinion. Like I think he was landing some good shots. He was walking forward, and then all of a sudden, gets his fucking massive flying knee. His nose was. I think his nose is broken. Right, his face was busted, bleeding everywhere. That choke was disgusting. Right, wasn't it nasty?
It was, yeah.
Jourdain called out. Who did he call out? It was top 15. Who was it? Oh, Marcus McGee.
Oh yeah, that was a good call out.
Love it. Right? You like that fight?
Yeah, of course. Why not?
Great fight. And I think he can win that fight. I mean, Marcus is a good fighter, but he's also like 35, 36. Like he's an older guy.
Yeah.
And didn't look great against Peter on. Now, obviously, Peter's amazing, but it wasn't a great performance. Jourdain looks like a man reborn at 135. Now that he had the kid with his sister. No, I'm joking, not with the sister. He says that. He had his son now, right? So he's just got that dad strength, and it's real. I remember when I became a dad for the first time a few years ago, and I had this like crazy motivation, and I get it. You do get it. It's like this primal instinct inside of you where you gotta like make money, and you gotta like go and grind. And man, huge win for Charles Jourdain with his brother at the end. I would imagine they're going to do a Canada card earlier in 2026. They'll probably put them both on the same card, right? I would think. Someone asked them about this. They asked Charles, like, do you want to fight, or is that going to make you nervous? He's like, no, I want to fight in the same card as my brother. We used to do it in TKO, Marcel, so they want to do it. So I know you like it too.
Yeah, definitely.
Couple comments. Yeah, Jourdain's dude. They're doing well. Yeah, Charles this was his best performance of his career. It really was, in my opinion. I think Davey's still a good fighter. He got caught. It happens. He was clapping for him at the end. Davey's just a respectful guy. He wasn't, jumping up and down and pouting like Cheeto, Marcel. He just clapped. He's like, you beat me. You're the better man. You beat me. You gotta love Davey Grant. All right, let's go to the next fight here. First round TKO win for Kyle Nelson. Wait a second. No, it wasn't. It was a decision win. Dude, what the fuck was this? This is crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was nuts. What did you think?
Dude, it was clearly a TKO. I mean, Matt was not responding to those punches. Like he was done, and so our friend Cole, who's one of my best buddies, he was going after me because he's like, dude, you're going after them for this, but not the Magny and Matthews one. I get that, guys. I get that. I was a little biased there, but the truth is, like, I think that's different because in that fight, like, that was a submission that he never tapped to. He wasn't out, In this fight, it's like he was knocked. He was badly hurt, badly rocked. And he's just landing ground and pound. Like he was done. I know Matt, he's been tweeting about it on Twitter. I don't know if you saw Matt's tweets, hilarious.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. I like Matt Frivola a lot. I hope he doesn't get caught. I think they might cut him, but I hope they don't.
I mean, what was Mergliata doing, man? He stopped the fight 3 seconds before
3 seconds. He's like, oh, I heard the horn. Mark Ratner was on the broadcast. Mark Ratner never says anything critical. He's like, the horn never went. He made a mistake.
Yeah.
He fucked it up, dude. He fucked it up. Imagine Kyle lost. He's lucky he won, right? Like, he's lucky he won because he had lost. In the second round, actually, Matt won. Which is crazy.
Yeah, imagine Matt Frivola wins. Imagine that happens.
Then he's launching a protest, which I don't think even matters. But there was 3 seconds left, clearly, and they stopped the fight. So should have been a TKO. He still gets the win. I do kind of feel like maybe he was robbed of a bonus because, dude, it was a big moment, right?
I agree. Yeah.
And that's what someone, I can't remember who it was, they were saying, like, he got, like, I think it was Mike Malott actually, was like, this guy just had a kid, he could have used that $50K. I don't know. We'll talk about the next fight, which one fight of the night, but it was a weird one, man. Regardless, though, Kyle got the win. Good win for him in his debut. Like, he definitely won the fight. I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
Nelson, we were wrong about this one too. We were wrong about a lot of fights on this card. This card was fucking brutal, dude.
That's what it is, man.
I thought Matt would fight like smarter. I would say, like, wrestle a bit more.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought as well. But yeah, he didn't. He fell in love with the striking, and he showed again.
After he knocked out Dober and got that bonus, he never like wanted to wrestle again. Basically,
yeah.
Actually, it was the other fight too. Remember that guy, that Mexican dude? He dropped him like
Marco Polo Reyes.
No, the other guy,
Genaro Valdez.
That guy, he dropped him like 4 or 5 times. Yeah. Like, he just fucked that guy up.
Yeah, but that guy was really bad too.
He was terrible. He was 0-4, I think, wasn't he? Yeah. Was he a contender? That guy, Genaro?
Yeah, he was a contender, I think.
Dude, he was one of the worst guys for contender. But yeah, I mean, huge win for him, Kyle Nelson. We'll see what they do here, but yeah, I think even if he launched a protest, they're not changing it, unfortunately. But I will say this was one of the worst refereeing performances I've seen in a long time. And there's been some bad ones. Big Dan's washed as a ref, dude. It's sad to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, Lacey Pet says, just let him do BKFC, which Marcel hates. He's a fight fit there. Let's go to the next fight here. Another fucking weird ass fight here. What's fight of the night, Marcel? Drew Dober and Kyle Public. I'll be honest with you, it was a good fight, but I think they could have given 4 performances, if anything, if you're
Yeah,
going to do
I
that, right?
agree.
A little surprised by this. Now, I will say this. So, Dober wins by 3rd round knockout. So, obviously, 2nd round, Kyle got, or 3rd round, actually, excuse me. Brutal low, really brutal low blow. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, this one seemed intentional, you know? This one seemed intentional. I'm just going to go out there and say it. It seemed intentional. It seemed like the fight was not going Drew's way. Kyle clearly won 2nd round. The betting odds were all in Kyle's side. He was doing great in the 3rd round. Then obviously this massive low blow hits him and he falls down. They eventually took a point after like 5 minutes of delay, which I'm fine with, by the way. I do agree with the commentators. They probably should have taken it in the beginning. But also, here's the thing. I saw someone say, like, the referee talked to the doctor, and the doctor said this is a really severe low blow, like it's a compromising low blow. So he took the point after that, which I talked to Aaron Bronstetter. He said that the protocol is actually correct. So it's a weird one, but I think the point in this case was warranted, personally. Drew went after the fight continued. Drew went off like a man on a mission. Now I will say this again: if the fighters know the rules, Kyle says I can't continue. He wins that fight by technical decision because he was winning the 3rd round. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Instead, it goes on and Drew knocks him out. First guy to ever knock out Kyle Proplik. Now again, they won a bonus, so he's going to go home with a bonus. But it's kind of fucked. I kind of feel he got at the raw end of this one, man. But it's not really. I wouldn't say it's the ref's fault in this one. It's just the way the rules are set. I would say.
Definitely it's not the refs' fault. It's the way the rules are set. The thing is, like, Dober went like nuts after Propulek after that 1 point deduction, which is smart from his, obviously, because it was even, and he was then he was a point down, so he needed to win that round at least to get a draw out of it, and he needed to finish to get the win. So. Well done by Drew, man. Afterwards, but the thing is, like, it's also kind of with an asterisk behind it, in my opinion.
For sure.
So, also, man, afterwards, you told me I didn't see the presser of Drew. I saw a lot of presser, but on that one, that this kid passed away.
Yeah, so I watched Drew's presser. So I'll say this: I'm a big Drew Dober fan. I've loved the guy. I think he's a great fighter. He's been in the sport for a long time, but I really do think in this case the fight was not going his way. And I think it's not just Drew. Lots of fighters will land a low blow or an eye poke to get a timeout, basically. It's hard. It's really hard for me to sit here and say he did it on purpose, but it felt like it. I got to be honest with you, man. Now at the press conference, Drew talked about how he had a he said his kid passed away, and in the comments on the video, he said his wife had a miscarriage. So our condolences. I mean, it's just horrible to hear that. You know what I mean? Again, I'm a big fan of Drew Dober. I think he's a great guy. Really good fighter. He's been in the UFC for 15 years almost, and he's awesome. But go ahead.
Yeah, he's also like he seems like a real positive guy all the time, and
he's a good dude.
I think he was also really apologetic after the fight. Wasn't like talking smack or whatever, but he was like, "Listen, that's normally not the way how I want to fight, but I'm happy you got the win." So. Was it on purpose? Listen, if I look at it, I thought maybe it was, but we never know for sure. So we should keep it in the middle probably. But yeah, I felt the same way as you at the moment, so.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Like, I don't want to be the asshole that's out there saying Dober's a dirty fighter, because I don't think he is. But I also think if you look at the rules of the sport, like, you can lose a point, but you get a timeout, and also, like, the fight will still go on, and you can still win by knockout, right? Go ahead.
Dober is past 30, so we can't call the veteran move. If you're younger,
it was a veteran move, was it not? It was. And John Jones does this all the time with the eye pokes. He never gets points deducted. His whole career.
We had Gilbert Eiffel over here in the Netherlands, who I always say it. When he fought Valentine over him, Alistair's brother, when he was in a leg lock, he just kicked him in the face, and then they got a stand up, and he got a point down, and then he finished them. So yeah.
Dober called out Rafael Fiziev. He called out Edson Barboza, and he said his dream fight's Dustin Poirier, but he's never going to get that fight, obviously. Yeah. I like this Barboza fight, though. Do you like it?
Me too. It's good. Yeah, why not?
Two veterans. They're both kind of washed, but I think Dober, he has a chance to knock out Barboza. Barboza's very chinny at this point. But a fun fight.
Yeah, they're both kind of washed. Let's do it in the bathhouse.
Yeah, let's do it. No, it's a fun fight. Kyle Propulek 0-4 in the UFC.
Maybe gets one more because this was kind of
give him one more, right? Give him one more. Now the other thing is, could you do a rematch? Would you consider it?
I don't need to see a rematch, to be honest. Give
But
it
one fight of
something.
the night, Marcel.
Yeah, but give somebody. I mean, it can only be worse probably if it gets one fight of the night.
Well, I will say this: like they're basically two strikers. You were never going to get a boring fight out of this. This is one of the few picks we got right in the card, by the way. A few
and I got very concerned by my pick during the fight. So
I was like, I'm going to get this one wrong too. Jesus, like Kyle's going to win the fight. Yeah,
give Kyle somebody from the Contender Series. A guy. Let's see.
Give him one more fight. Give him one more.
Yeah.
The guy fought BSD and Dober since he came back. That's hard, man.
Yeah.
Those are hard fights.
And on short notice, the first one. So yeah.
Marcel, he could probably beat someone for Contender, right? I would think.
I think so too. Yeah.
He was doing well in this fight. Maybe actually. You could do him and Matt Fravolik too. You could, right?
I agree, but yeah, then he's Canadian. So I mean, how much faith can you have in someone who's Canadian? So
I hate this guy. All right, let's go to the next fight here. Richie Lang gets a bonus here, Marcel, for the
knockout on Cody. This was one of the most unexpected things that happened, in my opinion.
I thought he could win the fight, but I think he knocked him out 21 seconds, man.
Yeah.
Cody's pretty durable. Like I was shocked by this. Cody threw a naked leg kick, dude. His hands were down, his chin was up. Caught with that counter, and then the post-fight interview, you had a Chinese guy talking to Paul. Was about DC, and then Eddie Chaw's he's Korean, right? I believe, and he's like, I don't know what he's saying. So it was awkward. I talked to James, was saying that the post-fight interview was really awkward. They had to using Google Translate. It was just a bad interview. They gotta have another interpreter there for a guy like this. It was wild, man.
They were like, "Oh, you're Asian. Okay, we're good."
It was fun. Good win for Richie Lang, though. A huge win, obviously. Cody 0-3 now in his last 3 fights. Does he get released? Or no, is he 0-3? Sorry, or is he 0-2? Let me double check. Sorry, 0-2. Sorry, since he came back to the UFC, he's 2-4. I like Cody, but I think he gets cut, man. Honestly,
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
He's 39. He's 39.
Yeah, as a typical one that's like on the line of just getting another one or just getting cut. So yeah,
I think if he loses like a decision, getting knocked out in 21 seconds by the first punch, it's not good. All right, let's go to the next fight here. This was another big upset here. Bruno Silva defeats Hung Sung Park. And in hindsight, man, we probably should have given more consideration to Bruno, who had fought much better competition, right?
Actually, the funny thing is, and I was talking with a friend of mine with this, he's like, we're actually stupid by picking Park because we picked Silva to fight when he fought Cobb. At least I picked him, and a friend of mine did as well, And it's like, why the fuck would we pick Park now?
Yeah.
And not Silva? It's like, I was at high hope for Park, I was like, the last one was short notice, and it was against Tyra, and I have Tyra pretty high, and Silva is pretty decent, I think, but I think I overestimated Park. I didn't underestimate Silva, but overestimated Park.
Huge win. He looked amazing in this fight, though, didn't he not?
Fuck. Yeah, I mean, looked good, and he held his ranking, which is good, I think Silva is a guy that I never thought would be amazing or anything. I also don't think he was really bad, but he's really good where he's at, right now, I think,
Yeah, I agree. Park 0-2 now, obviously getting finished his last 2 fights. He's going to have to take a massive step back, right, Park?
Yeah.
Like someone not ranked. Is Cody Durden still in the roster? Do you know if he's still... That fight makes sense, I would think. Someone like that who's pretty good but beatable. Like people thought Park would win. He was a decent favorite in this fight. Like most people thought it was an easy win for him. He gets pretty much dusted. It was one-sided, dude. And that choke was really nice. I thought Bruno could have got a bonus too, to be honest with you.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah.
Next fight here. Hit the button for me, Marcel. Let's go.
Oh, here it is.
This was my only really, really good pick on this card. Jordan Santos. Let's go. It's not very loud, but it's okay. We'll take the dog. Defeats Danny Barlow. I told you I wasn't sure about this Danny Barlow guy anymore, Marcel. And Jordan Santos is decent, training American top team cardio kickboxer, but it works in some fights and it did in this fight. I thought this was a really fun fight. I know you didn't. You thought it was kind of you said the same thing about the Aussie Diaz fight, by the way, which I thought was a fun fight too. You're like, bro, it's sloppy, it's low level. Dude, for me, it's fun. It was fun. The second round was a lot of fun. The end of the second round. I thought I thought he looked okay. Barlow now has lost back-to-back fights. His middleweight debut loses here. What did you think of the fight, just really quick?
Yeah, I think Barlow got robbed because you had to pick right. So I'm just kidding.
If you look at MMA decisions, half the media thought Barlow won the fight. No way, right?
I think I got to tell you, I thought it was close, but I had Santos winning 2-1.
Sure, it was close, but he won. Right? So yeah.
I mean, I know you thought it was a great fight to watch.
It was fun. It was a fun fight, in my opinion.
I think it was super sloppy, I felt like. But Santos won. He showed that he had the heart, and yeah, great win for him, man. He needed it obviously after his close loss to Ozzy Diaz in his debut.
To
For
Alex,
Barlow,
you mean
man,
Alex Bahunin, our friend?
yeah, Alex Bahunin, yeah, I'm sorry. About what a fall off for Barlow, dude. Barlow was like,
Jeez, what happened, eh?
people were like, this guy can go places in the division, and
Yeah.
then he losing last time by knockout to Patterson, goes up a weight class, and now losing to Santos, who I don't really rank very high in the division, to be honest. So,
Yeah.
in my opinion, it's a bad loss, but hey, we'll see.
He won't get cut. I don't think he's 2-2.
No.
I think he gets
Yeah.
another fight. I will say this though, like the fight where like he beat Josh Quinlan, who's not that good, but he beat him by knockout. The fight that threw you off was the Veretennikov fight. I don't think Nikolai's very good, and he barely won that fight. That kind of threw me off a bit. Then he gets dusted by Patterson, like brutally knocked out, and then this fight, obviously.
By the way,
yeah,
Reinier's coach did a full statement on Instagram.
Go ahead.
I normally don't share personal things on here, but I feel I owe a little explanation to everyone who's behind us. First of all, thank you for amazing blah, blah, blah. Last night didn't go as we hoped. After a very strong start in the first round, things quickly started fading, and we couldn't really recover from the shots in and after the second round. I made the call to stop the fight after the fourth round. I take full responsibility for the decision, and it was the right call to make for me at the moment. It's not a decision I ever want to make, but I guess sometimes you have to. My job is to coach, and I absolutely do not care about the pleasing others. If it comes to cause of someone's health, there is a line between being tough and watching out for your health. This sport can be brutal. These guys sacrifice a lot of their life. There's no need for excess damage. This can be avoided. Most people forget they're human too. Zero excuses for this loss. We know what we were going for. We are not happy with this performance, but now recovery first, evaluate some stuff, and we'll be back next year. It has been an amazing year overall. Thankful for all highs and lows.
Sure.
Proud of my brother. We've come a long way. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thanks for reading that. Yeah, no, it's good to know. Didn't really make excuses, just said he got beat, so there you go. It's tough for the coach, you don't want to throw the towel in on your fighter, but he obviously did the right thing. I mean, no doubt, in my opinion. I like this comment too. The gods stopped picking up the phone for Danny Barlow's left hand, Marcel. I like that comment. And I agree, it was sloppy but fun. All right. Stephanie Luciano clearly won this fight against Ravenna Oliveira. She was just dominating pretty much the striking, and then I don't want to say dominating, but clearly outpointing her, I should say. Not a great fight, but then it gets the finish, right, which was nice.
That's fight give me AIDS on my.
It wasn't a good fight. It wasn't. Let's be honest, but the finish was nice. Obviously, I think Stephanie's a good fighter. I've said this for a while. I think she's good. Good prospect.
Listen, it was a placid fight to watch, not because of the fight, but because of the two.
They're both good-looking chicks, but I think Ravenna gets cut, dude. I think there's no way they bring her back, do they?
I mean, she's 0-2 now, right?
Give her one more, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, Mick does the women fights.
Mick's nicer, right? He's lucky to mix her matchmaker.
Yeah, she gets probably one more. And this was a debut at 115 because she came from 135.
I just thought she looked horrible, dude. As far as the performance.
Was really underwhelming.
No volume, no aggression, weird.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
I got it. Well, I'll give you half credit because you took the guy in our confidence pool, but you didn't pick him on the podcast. You should have. Your Dutchman, Yusri Bulgari. Dude, to me, this is a fraud check, I would think, honestly, because no one thought he'd win. No one thought he'd win this fight. And he just pretty much destroys Azamat Bakoyev. He went every minute of the fight, dude.
I fucking love every moment of that fight because Azamat was talking so much shit during the fight.
And you were like, it's going to be a 2-0 no night for Holland, and Stefan Stru's going to have a nice flight home.
I was like, I told you, Azamat talked so much shit. He was like, this guy only got signed because his teammates were Pereira, and he said he couldn't get a finish at Contender Series. I was already okay. You didn't do any tape study because he got a finish in the second fight, but he didn't get signed. So during the week, I was like, I still think Bakoyev can win probably because he has more ways to win. But I was like, if Yusri's focused and he can keep it standing and he keep it at a distance, he can pick him apart maybe, But I didn't. I still went with Bakoyev, But man, I'm happy for Yusri, man. He looked amazing. He looked actually like the much more seasoned and better fighter in there.
He looked incredible. This was really good. He should have got a bonus. I think.
Yeah, I agree.
He took this fight. No one else wanted to take the fight, for what I heard. No one wanted to fight Bakoyev after he knocked out Loader and Zach Reese, which in hindsight are the best wins. But Dude, he looked incredible. I mean, he really
Yeah.
did. He got caught a few times, but for the most part, dominated the fight with the striking, stuffed most takedowns, kept the fight standing, and he's
He's
huge for this
a
weight class too.
fucking big dude. He's like 6'5".
How does he make 185, dude? He's taller than you.
Yeah.
He's taller than you. He's half your weight, dude. Can you believe this shit? This isn't making any sense, man.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Great performance. I think he could have got a bonus. And then obviously, opening up the night, we had the Canadian win. Of course, we had the Canadian win here. Melissa Croden. And I called this fight to the T. Dude, this fight went exactly how her fights in the regional scene went. She would beat someone up and then take them down and finish them. Now, the first round, I don't think she won the first round. I think the judges actually gave it to her. I think.
Yeah,
right?
biased as fuck, but there was Tainara.
I thought Tainara won, but Tainara got tired. This girl's very big too. She's very big for this division. Kept pushing forward. Got her second win. I think it was halfway during the second round. They started landing huge shots on Tainara, and eventually gets the TKO finish. Great win for Melissa Croden. Again, it's nice to see a Canadian fighter win, Marcel, on this card and get a finish.
I'm going to tell you, it was a good win, but I don't see her going any places, to be really honest. I thought that she didn't look in the first round. She came back, but it was pure because of her strength and her power, that she could overpower Lisboa and that she was stronger. But Lisboa was much quicker than her, definitely in the first round, and she did pretty well. But Croden took over. At a certain moment, you saw in the fight that Croden took over was like, maybe she even can get a finish, but you saw that she was winning the second and third round for sure, I didn't think it was amazing, but she got the win in her debut. I mean, how many people came into the UFC this year undefeated or whatever, or making their debut and losing, and she got to finish. And
she wasn't undefeated. She had lost on the regional scene, but yeah.
But I mean, how many people
with hype,
undefeated with hype, and like a Patsy Mix, for example. I know it's it's probably a different level where Patsy Mix debuted against, but for what I mean.
By the way, you can hit the button too, because when we picked this fight, she was the underdog. So we'll take that. We'll take this one as a dog. I think Malott closes the dog. I think he did. It was close. The odds were close, but you have to fix that. I can barely hear it.
You pick Holland, right?
No, I picked. What are you talking about? No, I picked Jordan Santos. I had two dogs right in this card. The other one we got wrong was Davy Grant.
Grant, yeah.
It is what it is, Just a few quick footnotes. I watched all the post fight interviews. The one with Jordan Santos, he's like, why the fuck did you make me a 3-1 underdog? He was fucking pissed, and he's like, it's good though because my friends and family bet on him. And but I was gonna say, they asked him why didn't you fight in Rio, right? And he's like, I asked to fight it, actually called it Rio. I asked to fight in Rio, but he said UFC said the card was full. And he's like, you know what? He's like, it was actually nice that I fought in Canada. He's like, I got to see a new country, and he's like, I want to come back here and fight again. So we'll take you, Jordan Santos. Please be an underdog again, my brother. I hope you are. And then the other one was who was it? I watched, like I said, all the post fights. That was a good one. Manon Fiorot. She's going back to TriStar. She loves it there, and dude, great camp, obviously. And this is the last one I was gonna say. Melissa Croden, did you watch hers? Did you watch hers? Did you notice who was in her corner?
Haley Cohen, right?
It's her best friend.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have a problem with Haley. I don't think she's a great fighter, but I don't have a problem with her. But her husband's a scumbag. You know about this.
I mean, she bailed him out, right? So,
dude, yeah, actually, you're right. I forgot about that. It's not a good look. It's not a good look, And I understand the media didn't want to get into that because it's weird, but dude, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. So overall, decent card. I think it was Marcel liked it. I think a little bit more than me. I thought it was a good card, but some of the fights were a little weird. And
then, it's like I don't have any high expectations about Canadians, so maybe that's why.
5-2 for true Canadians, 6-2 if you count Brennan Allen. So we'll take it. Good night. Do you think Finney would have beaten him? Torres Finney would have got knocked out. I'm confident about that. You agree?
I'm not. I think if he grapple fucks him, he can also win a decision. So I'm not confident with that, to be honest.
Fair enough. All right, let's go to Contender Series. Marcel, let's recap this card quickly. Contender Series. Let me pull it up 1 second.
And by the way, you should stop stinking up the place, Adam.
Dude, that was so funny with Dana. He's such a joker. I was looking at the comments. Someone was like, "What are we gonna do when Dana retires?" Like, he's just too funny. All right, let's go to this fight really quick. The last fight of the season. I mean, incredible fights, right? Like this whole season has been sick. Wes Schultz, Sulov stretch, Marcel.
Yeah, amazing win.
Incredible.
And
And
good for
obviously
him.
gets the
Good for him.
contract.
Yeah.
Obviously. That Italian guy is not that good, eh?
No, and he had a beautiful back hair. You really loved that, right?
He had this like patch of hair above his ass crack. Like, dude, like shave that, man. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, Marcel. That
Yeah.
was just like bad. I was gonna say this next fight. I completely forgot about this fight until right now.
Yeah.
You're crying right now. I was crying, laughing at the roasting people were doing in the Discord and online on this fight. Jovan Leka defeats
Oh
Azman
God.
Duftaliev by decision. This was one of the worst fights I've ever seen. It really was.
Did you see my tweet?
What'd you say?
I said, man, they kept fight of the season till the last week.
I didn't see that one.
God damn.
Some people thought you were serious too, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
No,
Some people really don't get sarcasm for
Yeah,
some
I
reason.
know. Bro, this fight was fucking horrible. It was so bad. I was laughing. So first round, Duftaliev wins, and then at the end of the first round, he was more gassed than already. I'll give this guy credit. He actually went the distance. He was so gassed, bro. He couldn't get up off the ground. They're like, I was like, holy shit, this guy's gonna lose. Second round, Jovan beats him. Third round, Jovan beats him. Horrendous fight. Horrendous fight. I think because the card was so good, Dana didn't like really roast this kid.
Dana, you're young. Not today, kid.
He's just like, I have good news and bad news for you. I'm like, are you really gonna sign this guy? Like, listen, I think he's a nice kid. Like you said, like he was sitting there clapping for everyone else. They got a contract.
Yeah, I respect that because normally they just look down and they don't say anything.
That's why I'd be fucking pissed, right? Obviously.
Yeah, true. But I mean, if you kind of know that it wasn't a great performance and the other guys deserved it, I would be happy for the other guys. You know?
He's 23, I think, 23 or 24, something like that.
He's still very young. Yeah.
So he'll come. He might come back next year, but if not, go back to Serbia or maybe go to another promotion that's better competition, beat up a few guys. I think he will be in the I hate to say it, but I think he'll be in the UFC. I don't think he's horrible, but the other guy, Azamat's the biggest fraud I've seen in a long time.
You're such a racist, man. Go back to Serbia. Oh my
That's
God.
what he's wrong. What the hell are you
talking about? I know.
And UFC actually wants to do a card in Serbia from what I heard.
You made me think about Molotov, probably, right?
Dude, Nikola Jokic, the best basketball player in the world, is from Serbia, so they have some good athletes. The Azamat guy is a fucking fraud. His record has like all those flagged fights. You saw it, right? That ball.
Yeah, like Mazarov.
Dude, that's what I was gonna bring up. He's like the Azamat Mazar. Is it Azamat Mazar? Askar, the guy who fought Menefield and got submitted quickly. Another guy with a fraudulent record, 2 scrubs. This guy's never getting a shot in contender, right? Again, this guy?
No, I don't think so.
Bro, this guy sucks. I hate to say it, he really does. Horrible fight, but again, it was hilarious seeing all the people roasting this fight. Michael Oliveira gets the contract, knocks out Victor Valenzuela. Fun fight. I think Victor might get another shot next year in the next season. So. But man, I think Oliveira's pretty legit. The striking's good, right?
Yeah, not Oliveira in the UFC, and you look good. So undefeated.
Yeah, he's definitely going to do. I think he'll do well in the UFC. One of the best fights of the year here. Marwan Rahiki defeats Anasis Mulumba. Mulumba dropped him a couple times. Both guys had 2 knockdowns in this fight. Crazy. You don't see that ever in MMA. Incredible fight. It was again kind of sloppy but fun, right? Like I loved it.
This was a pretty good fight, and I think Mulumba kind of blow his load at a certain moment, and
just like you, man, just like you blow your load.
Yeah. And then he came back, Rahiki, and
that's what Brendan Allen said. Brendan's like, wait, I'm not talking about that, guys.
Yeah, I read that. But
Sorry,
go ahead. Good comeback for Rahiki, man. I mean, he said he never had adversity, never was knocked down in his career or in his life. So, good win for him, man, and deserved contract. And I'm happy for the other guy that he will come back and contender series next year.
Dana announced he's coming back to the next season, which obviously makes sense.
Yeah,
you would hope they give the kid his win bonus too. In this, it's 5,000. They could just throw it in, get there.
Of course.
Next fight here, Juan Diaz, probably I would think knockout of the season, right? The spinning back elbow. I will say this, like it was a good fight. It was a fun fight, but he wasn't like, at that point wasn't really on pace for a knockout. And I was like, man, maybe they're going to pass on this kid. I wasn't sure, but then he gets a spinning back elbow morsel with 2 seconds left and destroys Quan Il or whatever, however the UFC says his name, which is weird. But I wouldn't mind if that guy brought back either. I don't know what you think, but I know he got knocked out, but it was a fun fight.
And he got a loss before he got even the contender series. He lost for the 1 belt, I think, for 1 championship.
That's why Dana said they brought him back, because they're like, it's not a big deal. But anyways, this kid obviously trains with Moreno and those guys, and huge knockout win. The sound was like a baseball bat hitting someone in the head. It's crazy.
Not a fan of the follow-up, but great knockout.
I completely agree with that. And I get it, dude. Like it's like it happens so fast, but yeah, I'm with you. And then main event, Levy Rodriguez defeats Freddie Vidal, who's staking up the joint once again. Marcel Dana was fucking pissed. I know you were laughing so hard when he.
Bro, but I don't get it. You don't
Why
like
it
the
was
guy.
funny.
Why you get him back for a second time?
I think Mick likes the kid or something. I guess like he's a
Yeah,
good
but
story,
Mick
but
has some weird tastes in fighters. He also likes this chick that got knocked out by Junice Dubin, the Clark girl from LFA. He has some weird tastes sometimes.
Mick's not always going to be right, but he's made a lot of good picks too. Yeah, Vidal's. Do you think he's gonna get a third shot contender like Doris Vinny? No,
probably
he's never
not.
coming back.
I have nothing against the dude personally, but I don't like how he fights. That's all.
You come back, Dana's like, you're sticking up the joint. Thank you. Dana's such
Yeah.
David, someone was saying Dana's like the guy from Gladiator, Joaquin Phoenix, where he's just like, are you not entertained? Like,
I was like, did he really say that? So I went back to listen if he really said that.
I know you were laughing, so I saw your comment. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
he's just saying that. I thought that was so funny. But anyways, yeah, I mean, the other guy gets signed. I have no idea if the guy's any good, to be honest with you, the Levy guy, but
Same.
overall great season, right? When you say?
Yeah, for sure.
Too many contracts, in your opinion.
Yeah, I like them to be a little bit more, how do you say
selective?
That? Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, we're good there. All right, we just went to, we'll get out of here. Last couple of comments. Dubin has a sweater puppy. He's not talking about Dubin, dude. Dubin, by the way, again, all these girls that lose, they can still do OnlyFans, right? Like, it's not like a dude. It's not like us. If we get fired from our jobs, we're basically fucked. But these girls can do OnlyFans. Like, Ravin Oliveira and Dubin and all these girls.
I mean, do you,
go ahead.
But at the same time, do you want to be a decent human being or you want to be a 304? So I mean, it's up to you. I mean, there are a lot of girls who look good but don't do OnlyFans. I respect that more, but hey, that's me.
You like the 304s, Marcel, right?
No.
Go Google that shit.
Listen, if the pictures are available, I'll watch them, but I will never pay for it. You know what I mean? So
Antoine's asking about, does Dubin have OnlyFans? Does she?
I have no idea, actually.
You have no idea. You're such a liar.
I have no idea.
Marcel's a liar, guys. We just called him out on. Let's go. Look, he's shaking his head. Oh yeah, his mom listens. Sorry, mom. My bad.
I don't know for sure.
Kickboxing, Dagestani hugging. Vidal's like he must be Dagestani, half Dagestani, right? With the way he fights.
Yeah, Raw Festival's by the way Dutch, so he loves to.
I know. Best prospect on contender this season. I mean, it's probably Bisanger, right? Because he went to the UFC already and won the fight. So. Although he got,
I really like the Brazilian guy, man.
Oliveira?
No, the guy who looks a little bit like Lacerda, like the what's his name? He looked really good. I think he was on week 6 or week 7.
Delano or something? Was that the guy?
Yeah, Josie Delano, I think it was. Yeah,
the guy he won the decision, but this is the guy that fought like Gabriel Santos, and he's
Josie
good.
Delano.
He didn't win the knockout, but the other kid was the Exposito guy, right? That was the fight.
Yeah.
The Argentinian guy, he was really tough.
Yeah, the guy that couldn't get out of it. Yeah.
Didn't Dana say they're bringing him back too? They said they're bringing. Yeah, that's the thing. If you put up a good fight, they'll bring you back. You know what I mean? Anyways, there's a few other fights. I'd have to think.
Josie Delano for me.
You know what, Antoine? I'm gonna just for you. I'm gonna look at the. I'm gonna go really quick, Marcel, for 2 minutes. I'm gonna go through the contracts.
Yeah.
Give your quick thoughts, okay?
But also don't take too long, dude, because we have another one after this one.
I know we're not. That podcast is gonna be quick. Okay, Ty Miller. Just do a thumbs up or thumbs down. How about that? You want to do that?
Okay.
Do it. Ty Miller. Yeah. Bisanger. Let's go. Okay, let's go here. Ramiro Jimenez. Josh Hockett. Luis Lee Scott. If he makes weight, I think he's good. That kid.
Yeah, he's pretty decent. Yeah.
Cam Rouston. He did win a fight already, but I don't know. Jose Delano. That was week 2, by the way. He's good.
2 thumbs up, yeah.
Yeah. Ryan Gondra, again, Marcio Barboza. That guy's good. I like that guy.
Yeah.
Abdul Rahman Yakiev. Again, I have
30 seconds. I mean, what can you say,
Yeah. Manuel Souza. That fight was amazing. Dante Johnson, who knows? Okay, let's keep going through. JP Lebistiani, I like this kid a lot. He's really good. Mandel Nell, I love him, but he's older. Cesare Alexeychuk, I mean, the fight was weird. Tom McMillan, I don't know how he does. Caroline Frollo, I think she's okay. Chanel Dyer, same thing. Samuel Chanter is not that good. Larry Douglas, I think is really good. I think Steven Asplin's also interesting because he's got good mic skills, so he could do okay. Petra Souza, I don't think is that good. The Iwo, that Polish guy, I have no clue because he won in like 20 seconds.
20 seconds, yeah.
I think Tommy Gant's pretty good. The wrestler guy, changed with DC, I think he's okay.
I have to see more, yeah.
The Cody Chernevchik guy, the Canadian dude, I think he's okay.
Imanov is good.
The Montas guy, I know you like him, that Lithuanian guy, you like him a lot.
Yeah, well.
But Murtazali, I think, is good. But Magomedov, I think he's okay. Jaisla Chavez, not good in my opinion. But again, women's divisions are kind of weak. Same with Sofia. The Javier Reyes guy is, he fought the guy that's not that good. Rafael Tobias, I think, is decent.
Okay, yeah.
Curtis Campbell's really good. He's one of the best guys in the season. This episode was really good. Christopher Alvidrez, very good. Luis Ordain's okay. And then Damian Penis is really good too, Marcel, I think.
Yeah, you like Penis. I know that.
I know you love it. He's really good.
I know you like Penis.
Zainikov is one of the best guys. I forgot about him. Martinetti and Vologdin, I don't know, but I think the fight was amazing. Imanol is one of the best guys too. He's top 5 in my opinion. The Diaz guy is probably the worst guy in the season that got signed, in my opinion. Luke Fernandez again fought a scrub, and then we just talked about this episode. So that was my 1 minute, Marcel. We hit 110. We're fucking done. Let's get out of here, Marcel. We're gonna do the preview for UFC 321. Done? I did pretty good, right? I told Marcel an hour and a half, but the good thing is the next podcast is going to be really quick, so that's the good thing. All right, let's get out of here, guys. We'll be back in a minute. We're going to tweet out the UFC 321.